Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me again and welcome to any new viewers. This is To The Point English with Ben. I'm Ben. And I know I say this a lot, but it's particularly true today because I have a very special video for you. And that's because I'm interviewing someone who I think we can call a legend of YouTube, at least a legend of the English learning area of YouTube. Yes, I'm interviewing Gideon from Let Them Talk TV. Now, I imagine most of you have heard of Gideon and have seen some or many of his videos before, but if you haven't, I highly recommend you check out his channel because, in my opinion, it's one of the best English learning channels on YouTube. So I was privileged when he agreed to be interviewed for my channel. And in the interview, we talk about Gideon's history as an English teacher, how and why he started making videos on YouTube, and in general, his thoughts and ideas on how to teach English and what students really need in order to learn and improve their English. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy the interview. Gideon.
Hello,
welcome. Ben. Very nice to see you, and congratulations on your fantastic YouTube channel.
That's very kind. Thank you.
You're welcome. I just out of interest, out of curiosity, what do you say to people when they ask you, what do you do for a living?
Well, I used to say I work at the paint factory, but that's not really true anymore. But I don't know. I say I teach English. Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
Whether it be face to face or online, I'm still a teacher, really.
Yeah, that's because really that doesn't give that is what you do, that's what you are, but it doesn't tell the full story, does it? So you don't say you're a content creator or YouTuber or I don't know, an online educator. It's just
no, because it complicates people's lives when you say, well, I teach and I also make videos and
yeah,
I do other stuff. So no, I just say I teach. Yeah, people want to know. I'm not secretive or anything. If people ask more details, I'll let them know. Yeah,
I think we have some things in common. I've seen a lot of your videos, but in some of your videos, you've spoken about sort of your background in teaching, and even in your podcast, you've spoken about your teaching history. And so could you share a bit more about how you got into teaching in the first place and what's your sort of history of teaching English?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I can. A lot of the best things in life happen by accident, and including teaching, because I was at university and finished my course in my university degree with a degree in history and sociology, which didn't open as many paths as I imagined.
Right.
And yeah, all these highly paid jobs weren't awaiting me. So I ended up doing temp jobs in London for too long, I think a year, couple of years. And I'm going crazy here. So it was, and I had a friend teaching in Italy. He was teaching Italy. So why didn't you try teaching English? Teach English? Well, I don't know about anything about English, but in the end, I did. I went to Spain. Madrid, with no money. I said this is a long time ago. It was like the end of the 80s, I should say, giving my age away a bit. Right. Anyway, so 89 or 90 or something. And I went to Madrid with virtually no money, with a photocopy of the yellow pages, Madrid yellow pages of all the language schools, the Páginas Amarillas. I think that's what they're called.
Excellent. I believe that's correct.
And then I just went round, knocked on some doors. And can you believe it? The first place I went to, they offered me a job.
Really?
First place I went to. Yeah, I thought, because I had enough money to last me like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got a job first place. So that's how that's all started.
That's why, it sounds very similar to my story. I was in England doing various jobs, but then I got a job at a language school I was there for 3 years, and that kind of was never going to last forever. So yeah, I moved to Madrid, and again the same. I ran out of money quite after about 4 weeks, so started looking for work and found a job in a language school in Madrid. So yeah, we have that in common.
Yeah, yeah.
But I stayed in Madrid for, well, I went later than you. I went in 2002 and stayed for about 18 years, I think.
Wow.
Whereas I think you were there for slightly less time,
Yeah,
right?
because I
Yeah.
haven't been working as an English teacher the whole time since that time, I should say. I worked
Okay.
a couple of years as an English teacher then. And then I thought, well, maybe I should go back to London and do, I don't know, something. And I did a degree in IT, master's in IT, and I worked in the IT industry, programming for a while. And I came to, to cut a long story short, as I say, so I came to France on a break, actually. Was I 15, 16 years ago, just on a break after finishing an IT contract. And I was in Paris and I was staying here. And then I had some online work and that came to an end. And then I said, well, maybe I'll just stay here for a bit and do a bit more teaching. And that seemed to be quite popular. So I stayed, did more teaching, couldn't do both. So I stopped the IT.
Right.
And opened a little school here, and
Wow. Just like that,
made
just
a few videos. Yeah,
made
so
a few
all by
videos. Yeah,
accident.
all by accident. Well, that was my next question. How did you, or how and when did you decide to make your first YouTube video, and what was it? Do you remember what your first
Yeah,
video was
yes.
about?
I again, that was another accident. I never woke up one morning and thought, oh, I think I'm going to become a YouTuber. No, nothing like that. No, I had a little school, but I wanted to promote it. I want to get more students. So I thought, well, you know, there's people talking about this thing called YouTube. So I think the first video I made with my friend and colleague who I still work with. I think you know him as well, John.
I know John. Yeah. I've had
and we
appeared
made
on his podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, I had this little sort of camcorder. And we did something. We went outside and we filmed something on, I think the difference between mustn't and don't have to, or something like that, some grammar point.
Right.
And it took me like a month, or about more than a month to edit. It's about 4 minutes long. It took me a month to edit it. But I liked the whole process, and yeah, the interaction, and it was good. I thought make another. We made a few, and then I stopped for a while, and then I don't know, did another one. Got better at the editing process. Here we are.
That first
6 or
video
7 years later.
Got how many million views?
The first video.
Yeah. Well, maybe now it does.
No,
maybe...
not millions. No, it got very few views. It got very
right.
few. Most of all, like the interaction you get. Well, I didn't get much interaction for the first video, but as you know, the interacting with people who comment on the the haters aside,
right?
We get them, but just I love the interaction that you had. You can connect with an audience, people in different situations, you know, sort of housewives in Bangladesh, and you know, engineers in Saudi Arabia, and students in Colombia, and they're all you can connect with them, and it's a really it's a beautiful thing if you're teaching as well. That's nice.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I think I made my first YouTube video just under 3 years ago, and I was a consumer, so to speak. I was watching a lot of YouTube videos at the time, and I started to get fascinated by the fact that this, you know, someone can make a video in their bedroom or in their living room or wherever, and connect with so many people around the world. And as English teachers, I think that's particularly useful but rewarding too.
I think it's maybe a better teacher. So I don't know about you, Ben, but I've been teaching for a long time.
Yes.
But I think making YouTube videos, when you make a video, and I'm sure there are lots of mistakes on the video, but you feel you need to know the content. So if you do something on whatever grammar point it is, you do a lot of research and make sure that I've got the content correct. And I found that, oh no, I've been teaching it wrong this whole time. So I think it's maybe a better teacher, and also learning to captivate an audience, to keep people's attention. So it's improved. So teaching improves my sort of YouTube, and YouTube improves my teaching. So yeah, if you feel the same way.
Without a doubt. Yeah, I think sort of under a microscope, if you make a video on, I don't know, the present perfect, and you think you know everything as a teacher. You've been teaching it for many years, but you have to really make sure you're covering everything and you're not making any mistakes. So you just focus on more details, I think, because there will be someone that will catch you out if you make a mistake. My videos,
yes,
it's very difficult. I mean, we are experienced teachers, but at the end of the day, everyone can make mistakes. So it's but yeah,
mistakes are inevitable, because I think just because of the YouTube process as well, because you know what it's like. You record a video and you've got to get it out, and you can't spend 6 weeks checking absolutely everything's perfect and think, no, you've got to do it, move on to the next one. So inevitably you might cut corners, and there are occasionally mistakes get through. I think that's inevitable.
That actually happened yesterday. I released a video, and I realized I put some random "the" in the wrong place, and I don't know why but I didn't notice it. But I thought, when I watched the video once it was released, I thought, should I delete the video? But I think the video has more value than that. I think it's and people know.
There are spelling mistakes. I still, because you're doing it quickly. I know how to spell more. But I think the one video which just did very well, I spelled attitude. I know how to spell attitude, but I left off a T or something. And like still, like years later, saying, you caught yourself in English teacher. How you spell attitude? Dislike, unsubscribe.
It's frustrating, but I think most people understand, because you do get, I don't know if you call them haters, but you get the trolls or whatever who are ready to jump on any mistake, but they're typos really. It's YouTube. I mean, we do our best, and I think, I mean, your videos are extremely valuable. So even if they have a typo, so we can overlook that. So my question, and I think you've already answered it, but did you have a plan when you started on YouTube? Obviously you didn't. It was just something, well, the plan was to, I guess, get people going to your school, the physical.
Yeah, I just thought, well, I'll make a video and I'll put it on my website. People can watch it. And then maybe some people will come. I didn't think that anyone outside of people connected to the school who see the website would see it. Yeah.
And
so kind of surprising.
I thought, the rest is history. Does it still surprise you to this day that you have
surprised me
over 500,000 subscribers? And millions and millions of views.
It does surprise me. It wasn't a plan to do it like that. No. No, it's just a happy coincidence.
Why do people watch your videos?
Because my charisma and good looks. Ben, is that the reason?
That's the answer I've written down here. Yep, that's what I expected the answer to be. Yes. It's probably a horrible question to ask you, but I was wondering.
Learned something. I'm a teacher. I'm not an entertainer. I try to make the videos, interesting and entertaining, but at the end of that, I'm just trying to teach something. So if people learn something, and they'll I explain to them well, then they'll come back. That's all.
Well, yeah, I think that's true.
I mean, there's no point being if you want to entertain me, go to Netflix. You don't watch an English grammar video. But,
but you do have that balance, because it is a balance, and I think different YouTube teachers, English teachers, have a different balance between education and entertainment. and I think so. I'm going to ask the question why I think people watch your videos,
Okay.
apart from your
Here
charisma and good
we
looks.
go. All
It's
right.
I think it's because you're not chasing views and subscribers. I think you're obviously an authentic English teacher who knows what you're doing, and you seem to make videos. I mean, this is my next question, but the videos that you think will be useful, the videos that you want to make, rather than just making the video that people want to see and that will just get more views and subscribers. And I think, you know, other YouTubers are probably doing that without naming names. And that's fine. I'm not criticizing them, but I think the reason that people watch your videos is that air of authenticity, and that you are an English teacher using YouTube as a platform to share your knowledge and help people improve their English.
Oh, it's very, very kind of you to say so. I would say that, yeah, I'm not chasing views, but it doesn't work anyway. I think once or twice I thought I should make a video that, you know, that should take off, and it doesn't work. It doesn't really work. Maybe because I don't know the algorithm to this the famous YouTube algorithm, but it doesn't work. And then in other cases, I remember during lockdown, I had this book on my shelf, which is called the Loom of Language, which was written in the 1940s, and it's very interesting. It's about the history of language and how languages are connected, and how you could like learn several languages at the same time, even if you don't want to. But it's a fascinating book. It's a great book. I recommend it. And during lockdown, I thought, well, I should make. No one's going to watch this video, but I make it. It was a book review of this obscure book from the 1940s,
right?
And I made a video about it just because I liked it, and I was in lockdown, and it's got like more than 1 million views. So I'm just trying to say it's difficult to predict. I never imagined anyone would want to watch it. It was just made it because I just happened to like the book. But I'm just saying it's really unpredictable.
Yeah.
So if you're chasing views and subscribers, I don't know. Maybe other people are better at it than I am, but I have no success at that. Just do what you feel passionate about, what you like, which you think will be useful to people, and that'll bring its own rewards.
Yeah, I think that comes across, as I said. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm still working it out. I'm all over the place with my videos, but I think, for example, a couple of your recent videos, which seem to have really taken off, I think it's how the Dutch changed English and how the Celts changed English, wasn't that?
Oh, yeah.
They seem to be really successful. And I get the impression that that's something that you find very interesting, and you wanted to, something that you wanted to make a video on. And if people like it or not, you're gonna make that video. And it turns out that they seem to really like it.
I think with that, also because you know, I made more than 200 videos on English grammar and vocabulary, which is great. I'm happy to do that, but there comes a point when you think, well, I don't want to just make videos about you know, stop saying hello or whatever, and 500 ways to say happy birthday. When I'm nothing against that. I've done those type of videos too. I'm not criticizing anybody for that, but I've done lots of videos about, you know, 10 ways to do this, 30 words. So it's not a criticism. I'm just saying that there's more to me than just the grammar and vocabulary. I'm interested in history of language. I find all that fascinating. So I thought, well, you know, maybe I should make a few videos about that. I thought I was just going to make a video about the history of the English language, but it was such a huge topic. And you could imagine, you could delve down into the rabbit hole, which I did. I'm still doing, and I got some. I really milked it. If you want to explain what that means, but I really milked that. To a large extent, I made many videos on the history of English.
Yeah. So you really did as much. Well, the history of English, that would be a series of videos, I would imagine, you to really to milk.
Not finished, by the way. It's a lot more. It's a lot more.
Right. Oh, really? It's still coming.
Just don't have time. There's a lot of research, I should say.
Right. Yeah.
There's like a month of research in each one. So no, I don't just look into the camera and talk
of course.
it. Yeah, I read lots of books on it.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. Yeah. And so we'll stay tuned for future.
Stay tuned.
Don't want to miss
Definitely.
those.
Watch the old ones if you haven't already.
Of
Watch
course.
them all. Tell
Watch
all
them
your
again.
friends and all your family. Watch them again in a loop
Yeah, just go to sleep.
constantly.
Put your computer in the corner.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then watch my videos.
Yes, exactly. Then watch all Ben's video. I don't know if you had this experience, but you teach English, but sometimes we have a discussion in class, and I say, well, what's where English language? Where does it come from? What's the history? And people, they don't know. Don't know anything. But it's a Germanic language. He goes, no, it's not German. Right? With a lot of French in. Really? No, is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
And people don't know. So I thought,
It's
well,
true. Yeah.
space
No,
there.
I think it's also motivating, right? Because it's nice to know more about the language you're learning. I think it's the deeper you go, the more
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
more you feel connected to that language, the culture of the language. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah. Just this once.
No, because one thing, just this one. No, one thing I don't teach, but I learned a lot of English teachers online is English culture. British culture or something like that, what we do at Christmas time or whatever.
Do you mean as videos or
yeah, as video? I know you can't avoid it entirely. I mean, it was sort of passing elements, but there are a lot of students like want to teach Britishness.
Right.
Is the English language and Britishness, the British culture, is that all part of it? Do you have to teach them together? I don't think so.
I don't think so. No, I think I have made. Well, I remember I made a video on like the difference between British Christmas and Spanish Christmas.
Oh,
but
okay.
Perhaps for the higher levels, it's a good way to connect a little bit more. I don't know, because I don't know. I'm thinking if I were learning Chinese, for example, would I be interested in the Chinese culture? I might be interested in the Chinese culture, but I don't know if it would help me learn Chinese.
But if you go to a language school in France to learn French, they always teach you that they go side by side. They teach you French and they teach you French culture. I said, I don't really need to learn French culture because I live in France.
Yeah.
So why do I need to learn French culture? Was when I started. Because I know this is what we do. We have to teach you about France.
One thing, like these YouTube videos comparing British English and American English, they seem to be very popular and get a lot of views, and hundreds of, if not thousands of them, and they are quite useful and quite interesting.
Yeah.
I think to a certain extent, I think there are people with perhaps a level of English where they should be focusing on other areas rather than just the differences between British English and American English. They should be improving their grammar and vocabulary. So
I think you made a video which I totally agreed with. Strange I find myself agreeing with you, Ben. But we were talking about, you get comments. Well, I can't remember your video exactly, but it's like in the videos, people will say, but do they use this in American English?
Right.
And people think that American English and British English are so different that they have to say, oh, that you've done 10 idioms, but are they used in America as well? I know it's the same language. We use there's a little bit of difference, but it's mostly the same.
Yeah,
it's mutually comprehensible.
I think in that video I said, now I can't remember how, I think it's like there's 3% difference or less.
Yeah, I even had it at the school here. Somebody not long ago called up a complete beginner in English. I said, okay, well, yeah, we can teach you English, no worries. He goes, but I want to learn American English. I said, well, you're a complete beginner. You have to have whatever. It's the same.
Yeah.
So no, I don't know. This is no good for me because I want to learn American. And you know that this person is never going to learn English. No, if they're obsessed at the beginner's level.
Yeah. Started on the wrong foot and got the wrong attitude, I think.
Exactly.
Focusing on the wrong things, definitely.
Exactly. And once you reach an advanced level, you can find out the differences for yourself, I think.
Yeah.
You don't need a teacher to tell you.
Exactly. It's not something you need to obsess over or to worry about too much. It's you just get, and I mean, they are the same language. We understand each other generally, I think. So it's not a big...
I even get comments on my video. I don't know, I don't know, something I've said, which is not used in America.
Right.
But which is not true as well. They say it. It will say this. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I guess those...
You found that?
Yes, yeah, definitely. I wonder if those people are either from America, from the United States, or they just lived there for a few months and they think they know it. Oh yeah, there's certain
Yeah,
that we don't use that grammar. That grammar structure is not used in American English. I would be very surprised if that's true. So
yeah,
but yeah, it's I wouldn't say it's completely irrelevant, but it's just there are other things much more important to
exactly,
focus on. So
exactly.
what
Yeah, don't obsess over it.
moving away a little bit. Oh no, I do have one more question about YouTube, and this is quite a big one, and you can take it as you like. But is watching YouTube videos a good way to learn English?
Ah, that's a good question.
Okay.
That's a good question. Oh, you want me to answer that?
Do you have an answer? It's not a rhetorical question. No, this is
uh,
you're expected to answer. But
well, I have to say yes because I'm in the biz.
yeah,
I would say not exclusively,
okay,
not
yeah,
only watching YouTube videos, but certainly I think it's true because I not English, but I've learned a lot of stuff
hmm
watching YouTube. Yeah,
yeah,
how to some DIY
hmm
stuff, some
yeah,
other languages that I've been toying with. Yeah,
yeah,
so no, I think so. Maybe you need to do other things too. Get out
yeah,
there, speak
exactly.
a lot, have some conversations, and reading is very important. So it's often underestimated, but it's very, very important to read and write.
Yeah,
So yeah, not in isolation. But yeah, what do you think?
yeah. I was going to say correct. That is the correct answer. Yeah, no, that was
I passed.
basically what I was thinking. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's great. I think YouTube is a fantastic platform resource. Yeah, I used to run a lot. I don't so much now, and I used to watch a lot of running videos. You'd be amazed how detailed these running videos are.
Yeah.
And guitar, how to play the guitar or how to improve your guitar playing. And I've learned
Mm.
so much. So, but if I just
That,
watched the videos and never picked up my guitar, then
yeah.
I wouldn't improve. So
Yes.
it,
You got to learn to drive just by watching YouTube videos. No,
exactly. Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. So yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Sorry, go
I
on.
should say, Ben, I want to qualify that you can learn English watching YouTube, but only if you watch Ben or Gideon's YouTube channel. Doesn't
Of course,
work
yeah.
with any other
Yes.
channels.
Well, that kind of goes without saying, doesn't it? I think people know that they know that
Yes.
all the other channels are a waste of time.
Yeah.
No, I think it's great that there are so many options. There are so many
Yeah.
different types of channels and teachers out there, so people can choose the ones that
Sure.
they find
It's true.
suits them. But yeah, I think it's great. But as you said, it's in my opinion, I agree with you. It's a start. I think like I make sort of some vocabulary videos and I teach like 10 useful adjectives or synonyms. And that's like
Mm.
an introduction. The idea is that's an introduction, and then the students or the viewers then go and find out
Yeah.
more. They, as you said, they can write their own examples, or yeah, you have to do more. It's not just about,
Yeah.
and that's what
Exactly.
worries me. That's why I asked the question, because it worries me that some people feel that they are, by watching lots of YouTube videos, they are learning English. Yes, they are, but they need to do more to
Yeah,
supplement.
I'll tell you a story. I had someone come to learn English at the school, and I said, "Well, what are you currently doing at
Mm-hmm.
very low level to watch to learn English?" Because, well, I'm watching Netflix, some series, English American series on Netflix. I said, okay. What do you do? You do it with like English subtitles? Because no, it's dubbed. But but there are American series. I was, yeah, how are you going to learn English that way? I don't really understand. Anyway, true story.
Right.
Because it
Okay.
was American, they would learn,
Yeah.
but
Just
they
because,
weren't.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think they got the wrong idea of when
yeah. They
we're
weren't,
constantly encouraging
didn't
people
know
to
what's
watch things.
involved learning
Yeah.
a language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is, in your experience over the years and observations with your students and just a general experience, what is the most challenging aspect of learning English for most students? I know that's a big question, but is there one is there one area or one thing in particular that you find that
Well,
students struggle with?
if I may, I can answer the question in a slightly different way.
Hmm.
I always think the most important thing is to get the student motivated.
Right.
Well, it's not about a grammar point or anything, but you probably enough experience that, once a student's motivated by hook or by crook, that
Very
expression.
good.
Good expression.
Any way
Later.
possible.
By hook or by crook, they're gonna learn if they're really motivated. They're not motivated, they're not gonna learn. It's not about the age. You gotta get people, the grandparents coming to learn English. It's not, and if you can achieve that, yeah. And I don't know. I've another question for you, but generally, when you meet a student for the first time, you know within a few minutes where they're going to be a successful English learner or not. Do you have that impression just by the way they interact? Because remember that learning a language is sort of predicated on failure, because most people who start learning a language don't reach an advanced level. In fact, probably most don't reach an intermediate level. Most people fail. It's like the dieting industry. It's based on failure.
Right.
Yeah. So and the reason they fail is because they're not aware of what's involved, like all the hard work that's involved. But if you get them to enjoy that work, enjoy learning the language, then it's so much easier. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. That for whatever reason, some people just don't get it. They don't quite get what is involved and how to learn a language. And we can try and explain or point them in the right direction. But yeah, in the end, it's about motivating them to make English a part of their lives, I think.
I think the question which I know is that they're not going to work is when they come and they say, "Well, how many lessons do I need in order to speak English?" Have you had that before?
Oh, yeah, I get it a lot. Yeah,
732, and that's the answer.
Yeah,
you get
people ask me all the time, how long does it take to get from C1 to C2 level? And do you want a number of hours, a number of days? It depends on so many things, so many variables, and it's an impossible question to answer.
They're thinking about the destination and not the process,
Exactly. Yeah.
Not going to work.
I think with all these categories like C1, C2, intermediate, advanced, maybe they don't help because people see learning languages sort of like a ladder. Okay, now I'm at low intermediate, I want to get to up. Well, my objective is advanced, but I need to take the steps. I agree, there's motivation, but also in Spain in particular, I don't know in other countries, but it's also a lot to do with trying to overcome the fear barrier, because people are so scared of speaking English and using their English. And that's such a pity, because they could be studying for years and years, and maybe they know all the grammar, they have quite a good range of vocabulary, but they just have the fear of speaking.
Yeah, so I agree with that.
Such a pity. Okay, well, I'll just ask the question. If you could give just one piece of advice, what would it be? And the reason I ask this is because I need a nice pithy title for the video and something I can put on the thumbnail, so something that really gets people's attention.
Study every day and enjoy it. I think. I don't know. Maybe I wish I had a snappier answer than that.
No, that's good. That's good.
But enjoy what you do. Work at it. Read, write, listen, speak, and you'll make progress. Yeah, focus on learning something every day rather than looking, at the destination. When am I going to be fluent? No, just try and improve every day.
Yeah,
small incremental steps.
Yeah,
you agree?
Yeah, it's consistency over intensity is something I use a lot. It's just, you don't have to do. I think a lot of people decide that they want to improve their English level, so they buy lots of books, they start watching all the series in English, taking notes, and then after a couple of months they're sort of burnt out, or they're bored with it, or I don't know, they can't continue, or they just lose the momentum. So it's just to, as I said, make it part of your life, just to something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's when people give up, isn't it? So after a couple of months, they
Yeah.
realize, oh no, I don't want to go to an English class. It's a cold, rainy
Yeah.
November evening. You'll get there. Don't give up. Don't give up. Yeah.
Yeah, it can get frustrating, can't it? People don't. It's very difficult to. And I think that's why a lot of people take English exams. It's because it's very difficult to measure your progress.
Mm.
And some people get frustrated. They feel they're not improving. But
Yes.
I think if they compare themselves, I think people compare themselves to other English speakers too much when they should just compare themselves to their past selves. So
exactly.
where they were the year before or a few months
People
ago.
don't know. Once you reach a certain level, you don't notice the improvement so much, but you are improving. It's okay to set goals. I agree with that. Like learn 10 new words a day, learn a couple of new expressions every day. And of course, if you learn 10 new words a day, it's quite a lot. But you could, my maths isn't perfect, but in a year, that's quite a lot of words.
Yeah, it'd be 3,650, I think.
Or yeah, except in a leap year.
Yeah, yeah. So it'd be 10 less, I guess.
Yeah.
No, 10 more. Sorry,
10 more.
Yeah. But yeah, that kind of leads us on because many of my viewers, because I make videos on this and I help people with their exam preparation, especially Cambridge exam preparation. So do you have an opinion on English exams in general?
Well, I might actually defer to your expertise on this subject, actually, because actually I made a conscious decision not to teach for exams. If you notice, none of my videos are like how to get a grade 9 in ELTS or something like that, because I don't feel I have that expertise. I no longer. I did it in the past. I taught in Spain. I was at Cambridge and things like that. But I don't. I set up this school in Paris, and it's all based on conversation and based on improving your English. So I don't. But I'm not against exams. I mean, firstly, they motivate. They one thing that motivates you, and you get feedback as well. Exams give you feedback.
Yeah.
I don't. What I don't like is this obsessiveness. Is that the right word? Obsessiveness. Obsession.
Obsession. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so my English is bad today. You should cut that bit out. This obsession with passing exams when the obsession should be about improving the English. But I'm not against exams per se. No, that's fine. Well, what do you think?
Yeah, again, it's boring, but I agree. I mean, I do help a lot of people with take their exams. I don't necessarily think it is the best way to improve their levels, but I think what I don't like, some teachers are very extreme in their views that they say English testing, English exams are bad. Just generally, I don't think it's that simple. It's
no.
For some people, I think it's very useful. It is very motivating, and some people just
need it.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. Just for they need the certificate. So I'm happy to help them. That's what I want to help people. So, but I do in many of my classes and videos, I make it clear that there will always be post-exam time. So when you pass your C2 proficiency exam, then what? You have to maintain a relationship with English and continue learning, and maybe keep it as part of your life. So yeah, and it's just as well you don't make any videos on that, because nobody would watch my channel. You dominate that, I'm sure.
Yes, they would.
Okay, I think we're coming to the end, but I expect to be interviewing, I hope to be interviewing John in the next couple of weeks. So I know.
Why would you want to do that?
I don't know. I think it's
the guy's all washed up.
Oh, really? It's not.
If you can, another idiom you can explain to your viewers.
Put all these in the description, the video description.
No, I love John. He's a very nice guy.
Yeah, but I just wondered if you have a question for me to ask in the next video. I know this is putting you on the spot, but yeah.
A question for John.
Question that I can ask John.
You can ask him if he can do a convincing Brummie accent.
Okay. I think I have seen.
We did a video together.
I think I saw
and
that.
He did grow up around there, but the comments, people saying because he's from Solihull, I think.
Hmm.
And apparently, apparently, that's not Birmingham anymore.
All
There
right.
was some sort of administrative changes,
Is
and
this?
apparently it's not Birmingham. So I got all these haters in the comments. It's Solihull, that's not Birmingham. What are you talking about?
That's very good.
That's
I
my
think. Yeah. Yeah.
Birmingham accent.
That's excellent. So it's a bit like Pluto not being a planet anymore. Solihull is not part
Exactly,
of
exactly like that.
Birmingham anymore. Right?
Yeah, well, that's the question you could ask John. Is Pluto a planet?
Okay. Do you think that will catch him
See if
out?
he
Do you think
knows the answer.
Okay. Is Pluto a planet?
There's another one, isn't there? Like Ceres or something, which has become a planet, and it was before it was an asteroid.
Yeah, I
I'm
think I
really
heard
out
something.
of my comfort zone now,
Yeah, no,
talking about astronomy.
I was quite proud of the fact that I know that Pluto's not a planet anymore, but that's as far as I go. I think I can't take it. But yeah, maybe we'll put John on the spot and ask him some astrological questions.
Astronomical, I think.
Astronomical. Yeah, I'll edit that out as well.
He's a Sagittarius, so
I always confuse those. Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, okay. I'll ask John either whether Solihull is still part of Birmingham, or if Pluto is still a planet. But
yes, important. We want to know the answer to that.
yeah, these are the questions that people
so
need to know.
do the Plutonians. They've been downgraded.
And the Solihullians,
they're no longer in the solar system. It's like a Brexit, but for planets.
Yeah, Plexit, I guess.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, okay. Well, good. Gideon, thank you very much for
pleasure.
Joining. It was really interesting. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and putting up with my questions. And again, congratulations on your channel. Long may you continue growing. And yeah, speak to you again soon.
Okay. See you soon. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.